That down, guys. Let's move on to this, shall we? One of my longest standing axes to grind with the movie industry, movie theaters in particular, has been the whole notion that when a movie site tells you that a movie starts at 7 p.m., it doesn't actually start at 7 p.m. It really probably starts at 7:25 or 7:30, 7:33, because you get into the movie theater, you sit down when they told you the movie's going to start, and instead they show you a half hour of marketing, half hour of commercials and trailers and 17 different AMC buy soda, AMC, look at this couple falling in love while sharing a Coke from our Coke machine. And of course, Nicole Kidman telling me for the 17,000th times that even heartache feels good in a place like this. Well, finally, a U.S. lawmaker, a state senator, has introduced legislation in his state to make it a mandate that movie theaters should advertise what time the show time starts, but also advertise what time the actual movie starts. From IndieWire, they wrote this: "It seems to be an abuse of people's time," Looney told the Register Citizen. "If they want to get there early to watch the promos, they can. But if they just want to see the feature film, they ought to be able to get there just in time for that." I mentioned on yesterday's show, because one of our viewers brought it up, and I just addressed it briefly. But there are a series of laws in the United States meant for consumer protection that, hey, if you can't scam people. If you're going to ask people to give you money, you need to let them know what they're getting in return for that money. There's plenty of laws that are applicable to that. I do not know why some people think that shouldn't apply to our movie-going experience. I did not pay you $15, $16, $17, $20 so I could sit down and watch a half hour of commercials. Now, granted, we're used to the internet age, where if we're reading an article or watching a YouTube video for free, yeah, there's probably going to be ads. And I'm okay with that. You let me into the movie theater for free, I will sit there and watch 35 minutes of commercials. No problem. But you're selling me a ticket and you're telling the consumer that the movie's at 7, that people have made plans around their evening, they've hired babysitters, they've done whatever, and instead of giving the consumer what they paid for, you're forcing them to sit through half-hour commercials. And it used to be that you can even go, well, hey, then just show up 20 minutes late. I thought that too, until the movie theater I go to started to screw with you. And every once in a while, they'll start the movie 15 minutes late instead of 30 minutes late. And then you miss the first 10 minutes of the movie and they're like, oh, well, guess you better show up on time from now on, right? It is an abuse of consumer trust. I bought a ticket for a movie, not for trailers. And I've often heard a lot of film fans say, well, you know what? I don't mind the trailers. Good for you. Good for you. That's fine. You can go and watch the trailers now. I like the proposal of this law that says, hey, the trailers will start at 7. If you want to watch the trailers and see all the upcoming features and movies, come on in at 7. Movie itself will start at 7:32. Then everybody wins. Everybody wins. Now, they did talk to like some theater owners, and at this end of it, they say this in IndieWire. Announcing the start time of the actual movie would definitely de-incentivize our business partners' video messaging, which would have a direct negative impact on our financial stability in an already so challenging environment. Peter S. Giselnik, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, executive director at the Avon Theaters in Stamford, Connecticut, told the Citizen. Okay, so I understand the argument that says, hey, for a movie theater, this will make our ad time less valuable to sponsors and to people who want to put up ads on our screens, because a lot of people will choose not to be there for the ads. And while I don't mean to sound insensitive to that, that's like saying, wait a minute, passing a law that says we can't just put, I don't know, crystal meth in this thing instead of something else, that's going to hurt our business if our customers don't. Well, yeah, but you shouldn't be doing that. Like basically what this argument is, and again, I'm not trying to sound insensitive to the theaters, but by saying, well, you know, if we don't get to trick and scam our customers into coming in early to watch those trailers or watch those commercials, Well, we're going to lose money. Well, that's too bad. Find a way to make money without scamming and swindling and cheating and lying to your customers. Like this whole argument of, well, we have to be allowed to cheat and scam and swindle our customers out of their time. That's how we make some money there. We'll find other ways to make money. And listen, I'm going to tell you what, I think I personally know people that would go to more movies if they knew exactly when the movie was starting. And they knew how long they would be out. And they knew what time they were going to get home. And they knew when they were going to be able to let the babysitter go. I know people who would go to movies. I'm not saying we'll double their movie going, but I personally know people who told me they would go to movies more if this would happen. So I 100% agree with this. I have been calling for something like this for years, because you want to know, movie theater industry, why every year fewer and fewer people are going? I don't know. Maybe it's because you normalize cheating them. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Maybe that's part of it. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the biggest football game of the year is almost here. And if you're like me, you're looking for a way to make it even more exciting. And that's why I use PrizePicks, the best place to get daily fantasy action. With over 10 million members, it's the easiest and most fun way to play. Here's how it works. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players' projections, and then boom, you're in. You think Patrick Mahomes will go for more than 250 passing yards? What about Travis Kelce rushing for more than 1.5 touchdowns? Pick your lineup in under 60 seconds, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Ann and I have both been playing PrizePicks all season. Let me tell you, it has been a lot of fun. This week, I'm rolling with Saquon Barkley rushing for more than 100 yards and at least 1 touchdown. The best part, even if one of my picks isn't perfect, PrizePicks Flex Play still lets me win. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So download the app today and use the code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. Anyway, Rob, I don't think this law has a single chance in hell of actually getting passed. But I like it, and I like that it's actually having the conversation around it. How do you see this?
I agree with you. I don't think it has a single chance in hell of passing, but I think, like, you made very good points, and I do agree with you. I mean, look, our lives have a finite number of seconds that we get to live while
time
we walk
is the
around
one resource we cannot replace.
Time is the fire in which we burn, I remember somebody saying once in a Star Trek movie. But this is, you're already getting my 2 hours of time. And if you're going to put on a half-hour pre-show that I have to sit through before I get to the movie, I mean, if you're telling me that time, what you're doing is you are forcing me to participate in how a movie theater makes money that isn't doing what it's supposed to do, which is show movies. You know, they're showing, look, I understand movies are, the margin is thin and they have to make money. I get that. But they're making money at our expense. We are not getting recompense for the amount of money they're making off of us sitting in their facilities.
They're smurfing us.
We're getting smurfed hard. And I think that there's, on the other hand, I do understand if they were showing me only movie related content, like behind the scenes footage of upcoming movies, movie trailers, things that were related to films, I might enjoy that, make that an enjoyable experience where they're cross promotion. And they could say something like, this behind the scenes look at the upcoming Wicked is brought to you by Coca-Cola. I'd be like, okay, but show me something that's movie related that gives me
sponsored featurettes,
something like that. But watching, ridiculous, and sometimes the commercials are so unrelated to the movie experience. I mean, whether I'm watching ads from Big Pharma or life insurance or whatever, I'm like, why am I watching? This is harshing my mellow, man. That's not why I come to the movie theater.
By the way, I saw one of our viewers, Marcus Y, said, no, it wasn't Marcus Y, but one of our other viewers wrote, like, this isn't a real issue. Listen, let's say you're an active movie fan, not even a hyperactive movie fan, active movie fan. Go to movies, say, twice a week. That's 1 hour of trailers you've sat through. In 1 month, that's 4 hours of your time that they stole from you because you paid money not to watch commercials. What now? Maybe you're somebody who has no life and nothing going on.
But I could
Okay.
be smurfing during that
But you
time.
could be doing I could be getting my Smurf on so hard.
Yeah.
There's so much you could do with what could you have done this month if you had 4 extra hours? Spend more time with your family and friends, work on a cool project, try to get that next level in that game you're playing.
See 2 more movies
The point, see 2 entirely more movies.
that I paid for.
The point is they're taking time from you that they have no right to take from you because you paid to be there. And that's something that's always so, And listen, the industry is counting on sheep and suckers to go, well, it's not that big of a deal. They're counting on you thinking that way so they can just keep stealing. And remember, this has just been getting worse and worse over the years. Rob, it used to be there was a 10-minute window. Then it was a 15-minute window. Then it was a 20-minute window. Now at CinemaCon last year, one of the theater owners actually referred to it as the 35-minute window.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
I am curious what they say about this at CinemaCon. I hope they address it again.
And I understand, look, cinema owners are making money. They're making money. They're being paid to run these ads. The problem is that doesn't have anything to do with their audience.
Yes, you're not giving your audience something in exchange for their time to be there.
That awful Coke ad.
Yeah, and again, just running the thing again. Some people just don't listen. Somebody just said in the live chat, well, just don't go to the movie at the right time. Just go 20 minutes later.
No, but you can try that, but you can't. It's not consistent.
See, if they were consistent with that, that would work. But multiple times, Ann and I have showed up at a movie 20 minutes after the advertised show time, and they've effed with you. They smurfed with you because, this time we started the movie 10 minutes after we said the movie would start. You better be here for the whole thing. So they're actively trying to manipulate and cheat the audience and condition the audience that you've got to come when we say the movie starts, because you never know. We just might start the movie on time. And I've actually had a number of movies that I've missed out on some of the opening of the movie because I was trying to play the system. I was trying to play that game. Just show up 20 minutes late and we'll be fine. But it doesn't work.
It's also the whole reason you go to the movies is like the late lamented ArcLight Cinemas. We knew that they were going to show 3 trailers. That was their modus operandi. You're going to get 3 trailers that were somehow tangentially related to the movie you'd went to see.
ArcLight did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what the ArcLight did that. And when they're doing that, that was part of the experience. I knew going in I was going to get something that was movie related, that was going to tee me up for seeing another movie or something. But watching commercials that are frequently entirely unrelated to the movie-going experience, it's not television.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a movie theater to have an experience, and I always felt like seeing these loud commercials was diminishing of the whole. It felt cheapening of the whole experience.
And wouldn't it make sense to put their money in like getting these ads on like YouTube instead to get you to get out of the house to go to the theater? Like the Nicole Kidman ad would work perfectly if you're watching YouTube and the ad does come up, you do get an ad. Come to AMC theaters. Oh,
I've
wow.
never understood that. Like I've said the joke 100 times, but showing an AMC ad to me while I'm sitting in AMC is like begging a girl to look at your Tinder profile when you're in the middle of having sex with her. It makes no sense. Buy ad time, buy advertising spots on YouTube, on ABC, on Hulu. Like that, put your money there. You're going to get better results than advertising to people who are already in your theater. But anyway, I could go on with this for another hour if I wanted to. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Finally, some lawmaker is trying to pass a common sense law. I mean, it has no chance in the world of passing, but maybe it'll get a conversation started and maybe sometime something like this can happen. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.